This definitely is not haunted. No monsters here. Family-friendly fun.
What's going on, guys? It's Frito here for your Overwatch with a very important news roundup. Overwatch 2's Halloween Terror is set to go live October 25th. And while the reputation of events in Overwatch might be repetitive and stale, Blizzard has been low-key teasing the new PvE co-op mission as something to be looking forward to. They're calling it Junkenstein's Revenge, Wrath of the Bride, which will be including new characters Sojourn and Junkertown, and they're advertising it as a free limited-time event throughout the duration of Halloween Terror. Dedicated Overwatch fans may have grown tired with the repetitive events over the years. However, when Junkenstein first came out, it was a glimpse into the future aspirations of the dev team. It used the technology that they currently had to make a horde-based mission with different enemy types. It was simple and not intended to have endless replayability like the upcoming Overwatch 2 campaign is intended to. However, they had already told us from BlizzConline that there's lots of new enemy types in the works, as well as enemy AI and other systems, and if they were putting all that work into the PvE normally, why wouldn't they use that to amp up Junkenstein's Revenge? I still would set my expectations somewhere in between those two extremes, though. I think it will be a event-free mission, be a serious upgrade on the Horde mode we currently have, but not quite a endlessly replayable campaign, just using bits and pieces of it to spice up the gameplay. I think it's also notable that they are explaining this as a free limited time event. It's my assumption, and I don't know if they've outwardly said this, but the PvE campaign, just sort of like it is in Halo, is likely a separate cost either per mission or per expansion pack or whatever they end up doing with it. This kind of thing, though, is free for everyone. Now, including in that patch for October 25th, that's going to be next week Tuesday, but our previous video speaking about the leaked patch notes seemed confident that the patch would come out on the 24th. So maybe the balance changes come in the 24th, but the main update comes in the 25th, or they're synced together. I saw some of you guys concerned that that leak was proven false. I want to correct that parts of it were incorrect and then later corrected for the record. And by the time we covered it, it was after it's been confirmed by the journalist Yiska. Yes, it was leaked by others, but he did his due diligence, and I trust his reporting. Because the pro teams would have to kind of already know about this, right? And turns out, pros are a chatty bunch, okay? So I'm pretty sure that's the patch we're going to be getting on Monday or Tuesday. More on Tuesday, the commercial lead, John Spector, tweeted out that Bastion and Torbjorn and Junkertown will all be reinstated back into the game properly on that Tuesday patch as well. I would suspect that it's the dev team's goal to try to have everything polished up for that free event, because there's going to be all the new skins, the PvE mode would be a blast, and the new patch as well would mix up the competitive metagame. That's a good time for them to get all their ducks in a row and prove that this is a live service game. This is, I know how they'll be talking internally, how important it is to turn the corner after a really bumpy launch. Remember, they did apologize for that bumpy launch, and if you log in for this event, or actually even longer than that, anytime in Season 1 after October 25th, you will gain the Cursed Captain Reaper Legendary skin, as well as Health Pack Charm. In that apology blog post, they announced a triplet of double XP weekends. The first one is actually starting tomorrow, Friday the 21st at 11 a.m. PDT, ending on Monday of the same time. Then the subsequent weekend, the 28th, ending again on the Monday. And there won't be an opportunity for another double XP weekend until November 24th, the weekend of Thanksgiving. Why spend time with your family when you could grind your battle pass? Am I right? Honey, is there something wrong? You've barely touched your double XP weekend. A few other important bits of news and milestones I wanted to make you guys aware of as well. In the first 10 days of Overwatch 2, the game reached 25 million unique players, which now they got SMS verification, these numbers make a lot more sense to me. I'm sure people have multiple accounts still with multiple phone numbers, but I get the sense that the Smurf issue is nowhere near as rampant as it was in Overwatch 1, where they had a bajillion players, but what does that really mean when it's so easy to get an alt account? This number's pretty good. It's not world beating, but it proves that Overwatch 2 is back in the game. Now, what I'll be most interested in is the active concurrent player numbers month to month, but we may never learn that for Overwatch, unfortunately, because that's not the kind of thing that Blizzard announces unless it's an outrageous number, because of course will be compared to the other live service games. Think how many more players might stick around if the game actually works, which of course the devs are working hard to do as soon as possible, shoring up the fixes, and I expect this Halloween event patch to be a good step forward for the stability and functionality of the game. A while back, we reported on a departure from Blizzard. Jeff Goodman left his role as the lead hero designer for Overwatch 2. Alec Dawson is now the lead hero designer for Overwatch 2. He comes from developing Hearthstone, where he was the lead game designer on that game. And my question is, are you the guy that came up with Battlegrounds? Because if so, I find this to be a good addition to the team. However, of course, so many of the good decisions for the design of the game I feel were a team decision anyway, so I don't really rest it at the feet of one guy and not Jeff Goodman. He did usher in the transition from Overwatch 1 to 2, so I don't really see it as like Jeff Goodman bad, Alec Dawson good. And seeing as Aaron Keller and the devs have already said that they've been playtesting new heroes far down the line, it's not like the new hero lead can take credit for that, right? So I don't know what effect this really has, but we'll try to maybe perceive one if next year we turn the corner into something that feels different. But having seen a slew of new content, I'm confident in knowing what was old philosophy and what is new philosophy. And my perspective is like, we've already transitioned regardless of this hire into a different philosophy. So in any case, something to monitor as time goes on. Guys, this can be everything for this quick news roundup video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please be sure to leave the video with a like, and don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss out on our upcoming content. You can get our videos sent directly to your cell phone each and every time we upload. So join the notification squad today. That's been it for me. I've been Frito for your Overwatch. I'll see you guys next time.